Hello, hello. So I am sending this out to all of my senior coaches. And what I would love to have happen is you to go through this and then set up a time to connect with me via Zoom in the next week or so. Just create an appointment on my schedule and let's talk about it. See how what you think of it, see if you've started to integrate into this, if you need more help with this. But I just wanted to go through the basics. We just had a big executive director meeting. But I think that you guys deserve to see where I'm coming from. And also, this has been powerful. Between Grow Global and the sponsoring workshop that we just went through, whew, out of this world. So I wrote myself some notes so that I'll stay somewhat on track. I'll have to excuse my little pet sitting on the it's been cute. Little chippadoo. Okay, so first I wanted to talk about my title statement. I hope you've heard me talk about this before. If you haven't, I would love to have you hear this and then create one of your own. Because when somebody asks, what do? We need to have something that just rolls off of our tongue. And so that we posture that I am a leader. In fact, they made us in the AD executive director meeting this morning say, I am a leader. Or you can say, I'm a leader, but say, I am a leader, because we are leading our own businesses. And that's what we need to become. We need to posture who we are. Now, I'm not really a health coach. I kind of guide you along the way. That's how I did it for years and years and years. Once I became, and now it's just getting more important to me. So when somebody asks, what do you do? We own a health and wellness business. We help people get healthy and we help them stay healthy. We're also building a team of health coaches, and it is absolutely incredible. So that's my title statement, and it just runs off my tongue because I've said it 100 times, wrote it on my mirror, read it every single morning, every single noon, every single night, every time I brushed my teeth, every time I went in there. So who are you? Learn how to say it like you mean it. And some of you guys may, so don't take this personal. I'm just saying this has been very, very powerful. I think it was Brian Drotlinger is the one that came up with those words. I own a health and wellness business. And at first I was like, oh, but I do. I own a health and wellness business. And now that Kevin's partnered with me, we own a health and wellness business. And we help people get healthy and we help people stay healthy. I am also building a team of coaches that do the same thing. And it is incredible. You see how that just flows? Because I have practiced and practiced and practiced. I don't tell them anymore what I don't do or what it isn't. I tell them what it is. And I move right on and ask them another question so that it doesn't get sidetracked. And if they ask me more, cool, we're going deeper. Otherwise, they're going to know who I am for next time they think about a health and wellness. So next thing. So I sent you, several of you that asked for it, documents. And I wanted to make sure that you saw them, but also that you know how to find them. Recognize, I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, so when you are looking for a document, if you go to my drive, because I allowed all of you in there, I didn't have you be editors because I don't want you editing my document. If you want to edit it, you need to save one in yours. But so let's say, so the health evaluation, the one that I use, and you don't have to use this. I just want you to hear the nuances that I use. You have to make your health assessment your health assessment. And recognize if you're not using the jot form, it's powerful. I usually say, hey, I need to visit with you. Can we set up a time? Once we set up the time, then I say, I need to have you fill out this health evaluation so that we can go over it and figure out the best details for your program. So I'm not sending that out to them before unless I can't get a hold of them. Sometimes people are better with filling out the health evaluation before. If you don't have that jot form, oh my gosh, it's fabulous. And when you get the email back, recognize down in the bottom is another graph. If you click on that, it generates into the the health evaluation or health assessment that we have. It puts their information right into that health assessment, just like our health assessments. So when you print it, I'd grab one, but I think I have it tucked away. Then it's all right there, and you can take your notes right on that. So back to what I'm doing here. Okay, so if you're looking for the health evaluation, so look for TJs. If you're looking for mine, TJs, okay, 4 components is what it's called. There's the 5-in-1 and there's the 4, 2, and 1, 1, right? So I had you guys come in as, and of course you won't have all that other stuff. So again, this is when you're going through a health assessment. So you start out with just the regular questions that are on that health assessment. And then this is how I share the 4 components. This came from Jan. She typed this up. I changed it to come from my voice. So I do the back to basics. We have 4 components to our system. I like to think of it as a solid table with 4 sturdy legs. I'm usually on a phone call, so I'm reading this. I've gotten really good at getting a little faster, getting a little excited, coming back down. In between each of these components, I pause for a minute and say, so does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that? So it breaks it up. So it isn't like I'm just blah, 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 forever. Then we move into the second component. This is powerful stuff, so they see it and they absorb it. And I love to slow down enough at times, because you get to where you know when they're going to say, yeah, wow, that's really, yeah. With them doing that, you know that they're really hearing you. And then again, any questions about the education component? And the third component is our community of optimal health. Oh my gosh, add little things like that. Again, any questions so far? And then the fourth component. Now let's talk about your program. With our program, you'll be eating 6 times a day, so then we visit about the program. Oh, and the fourth component, I don't say it's the fuelings. Why do they say it's the fuelings? The fourth component is balanced nutrition made simple because of the fuelings. But again, that's from my perspective. Again, and then we go into this drinking water. Now the amazing point about them losing 10 to 12 pounds. And then they encourage, this is where we put the commitments in there before, not before we do the components. We got to tell them about program so that they like, yeah, I'm really ready. After they hear about that, they're really ready. Then we jump in and we share about these. On a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are you to do whatever it takes to lose, whatever they said, 10 pounds, and gain their why, whatever that was? And then you go through that, you ask them 1 to 10. Literally, I read through these things. So can you commit to those 2 things? And they're like, yeah. And then you've got them posting before they even start, which is incredible. And it really does happen. Now, remember, posturing that this is what we do. We do not ask them questions if they will. If they hesitate and they ask some questions, it's like, okay, well, how about in the private client support success group? Okay. So then the cost, that's the best thing. So then we go through the cost and it's right there for you. And then who do you know that would like to join you on this journey? Because we really want to bring community around you. Okay. So there's the 4 components. Again, I have TJ's, the 4 components for the 4, 2, and 1 program, so that I don't have to think about it. I just run through it. And then we have the week 1, same thing. Go to your drive. If you've opened it up and if you have Google, it's automatically going to generate. So then we have here, TJ's. This is when you bring your clients to me. You know exactly what I'm going to say. Now, remember, if you're using the texting campaign, they are going to have posted on day 8. So you bring them to me day 8, 9, 10, 11, depending on what that looks like. And they may have posted before they even started because of the way you postured the health evaluation, health assessment. So here it is. Hi, it's nice to meet you. So I'm going to get to come in here and I'm going to go through all of this fun stuff, give them a few tips, and then ask them if they have any questions. move right into, okay, you've probably already posted, because on day 8, you sent that extra little challenge about posting their success. Then you bring them to me, and I'm going to come in here and we'll talk about, if their answer is yes, I'll do that. If their answer is no, but I will also get them set up. We will get them set up for a time to visit about the 2 options, because there's no other option. You will either refer to us or you will become a coach and coach them. There's no other option. People are going to be asking, so we're going to bring them around to it. So we don't necessarily call it a coach explore anymore, even though in the documents I have it as coach explore. We're just going to show them the 2 options. They're either going to get a $25 wellness credit, or they're going to coach and get paid much better by Optavia, have accountability. We're going to run through all of those things too. Okay, so that's the celebration. And then the coach explore, and this is the document. Again, once you open this up, and it is pinned in the featured posts at the top of and I sent it to you too, at the top of Team Synergy. Remember, coaching stuff. So it's pinned at the top. These are all 4 of the pieces and parts. I have just added them into mine. So now we're going to go to TJ's Coach Explore, 4 steps to integrating a client. Again, you have the information of what this is going to look like. So you're going to pick this up. I'm so excited to explore your referral options on Thursday. In the meantime, if anyone wants to know more about you will put your and then you put, where we're going to meet for that thing, for that Coach Explore. They're not calling it a Coach Explore. So during the Coach Explore, I'm happy to have you have this time together. Would you share with me a little about you? We're going to go through, we're going to give them all of this stuff. It's incredible. So again, you've seen it. So again, I said that document with the 4 different, the 4 steps. Once you open it up, if you are using Google, it's in your stuff. Otherwise, it's pinned at the top of Team Synergy. Let's see. Posture. Remember, whatever we posture is going to happen. If we kind of everybody's going to have just as much as we do. Okay, here, and I know I pound this to you, but I want you to really, really think about this. Power Hour. Some people are like, okay, I watched Power Hour for 14 days in a row, so I have all of the information, because over about 2 weeks, you get all of the information in and you're figuring it out. But recognize, Power Hour is 1 hour to touch your business every day. And the nuance, remember, we say the 5 closest people that you hang out with is who you become. Remember, in anything that says, if you want to be a millionaire, hang out with millionaires, recognize we have an hour a day that we can hang out with integrated presidential coaches. And it is so much bigger than doing the stuff. Now, A to Z, I don't listen to a lot of it, but I hear little nuances, this and this. And every now and again, Dodie comes in and says, hey, bring your eyes up to me. You want to have the mindset of an integrated presidential coach? You're going to hang out with them every single day. Figure out the steps that it takes. Today, it was about time blocking. It was incredible. What does it look like at their level? What does it look like at my level? They talked about what the difference is. So again, yeah, in 14 days, you'll have all of the information in on what to do. But will you become in 14 days? Dr. A even says that it takes 66 times to create a habit. But even after 66 days, I feel them pouring into me. It's always, oh my gosh, yeah, I was in my head about that. Oh my gosh, yeah, I was in my head about that. Oh my gosh. I mean, Matt just came home. He is a full-time health coach. How fun and incredible is that? And how fun and incredible is it to hear him really pouring into us? So again, we get to hang out with top leaders. How blessed is that? 1 hour a day to touch your Optavia business and do the things. I mean, because you get to do the things during that time. Now, if you want to do it twice, or if you want to do more, you can always do more. If you don't, 1 hour a day. Is your business worth that? Okay. Not just let's see, mindset stuff. Shoot, that was crazy. The mindset stuff by just hanging out with those people and doing the stuff while they're doing it. Recognize you can go and set a different time in your day or different times of the day. Go to the top of Team Synergy. And how I mentally say to do this is, if you're doing it on Monday, it probably won't be posted. So go and do last Mondays, because it's the document with the replays. Go and listen to last Mondays. The next day, listen to last Tuesday. The next day, listen to last Wednesday, because they're usually within a week, they're posted. So I hope that makes sense. If not, again, I'd love to have us come back to a half hour, take notes on this, figure out what you want to do, stop it, write stuff down so that you have questions when you come to me. I want you to tell me what you think about what I'm saying. I want you to give me, what do you need? What are your questions? What are your things such as that? Let's see. Oh, and then before you come to that, that week 1 celebration, I'm going to encourage you to also I'm going to also encourage you to save, and if you don't have it, it's okay, but I wouldn't be surprised if you've already opened it up at some time again, and it's saved. Even if you weren't in your Google Drive, it'll save to your Google Drive. The I plus Q equals A. This form. Start printing one of these out every single time you have a new client. Start paying attention. First name, last name, have this stapled to it. Recognize, okay, when did you have a tip call? With whom? So that would be TJ. Notes, what stood out? Identify. Are they moving forward? Are they coachable? Are they looking for more? This, you take a snapshot and you send it to me for that week 1 celebration. If you bring them back around, see what you've seen in them. If maybe in a month they are like, oh my gosh, I think they're really doing well and we need to explore that coaching again. Bring them back around. Send this picture to me. Sorry, Kevin must be out by the so this form is what they keep talking about. Okay, the last thing that I want to throw in here. Oh, and if you guys want these, I have created these docs for me. This is what I go over when I call them for the night before call. So I've got the basics for the 5-in-1. I've got the basics for the 4-2-in-1. Again, keep it simple with these simple points. I actually emailed this to them, the top part of this, with all of these basics. Remember, remind them it's about these first 8, but then there's some other little nuances. Today, the day before, day 1, they get to read it after I've told them all this stuff. Few extras. Make sure that they understand day 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to be touching base with us. And then depending, this is a piece that I'll remove. Please watch when your program arrives. And then I've got all of the extra little things that I'm going to refer them back to this journey kickoff email. Now down here, you can text them the basics again. Now down here are the talking points. Again, because we've shifted things. Highlighted. So we've shifted things. These are the talking points. Remember, journey kickoff, we're asking for those commitments. Now, do you remember us talking about those 2 commitments on the health assessment? Okay, remember, it's been proven that committing to these two things have created better success rate. On a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you now? Okay, now you said you wanted to lose 20 pounds and you wanted to gain that self-assurance again, self-worth. Go through, visit about these 2 points again. So are you committed to these 2 things? Okay, you've got their buy-in. Okay, I'm going to be looking for you to post. Make sure it's public. Make sure that you tag me, and I can send you some information about that. How to do that. Okay, so there was that, and I think the last piece I wanted to do, again, I've got journey basics for the 4211, same thing, but set up so that I make sure I don't miss anything. They have everything. I literally copied this and email it off to them. You don't have to. That is not an Optavia thing. That's one of my things for staying on track, making sure that they get all the pieces and parts, and I can refer them back to it, because trust me, they're not going to remember what was in this. So let me go back to Facebook. We're going to go to Team Synergy, because I want to make sure that you are also using these documents, or you can find these documents. Okay, go to the guides, go to the app, recognize that when you go to the app, we're going to go to the app, and if you've got it on your phone now, which is fabulous, makes it so these 2 things are really, really important. Startup, supporting clients. Really encourage you, startup, supporting clients. So now recognize that Optavia Client Tracker. This will let you see all of your clients in one place. Print it off. Or if you can create it into a doc, if you want to do it that way, you put their name on this side. Every time you do something, you mark it off, mark it off, mark it off. And then you know who has had what, who has not had what. Super, super great way to look at your full business. I was going to see if I could come in closer. So like the first one is the health assessment date. The next one is Facebook friend request. If you're already a friend, I just exit. Added to client support page so that we make sure they're going to be a loser like me. Client phone, I love this one. Phone number and goal. So in the notes, put their goal. So every time you call them, you can look at their goal right before you call them. Love that. Date, program ordered, message. So this gives you all the messages. So this is really, really powerful and huge. And if we do this, again, our clients are not going to miss something. Now we're going to come back over here again. Client, wait a minute. And then in the same place, after we did support, client support messages. These messages are starting to be more and more like the way that we're doing the health assessment, the way that we're doing the journey kickoff call, the way they're bringing in those. This document is changing all of the time. So make sure to be either using it for the app, or when you use it from the app, again, you can go to My Drive, put in client, what was it called? Clients, texting sheet. These are different things. I use so many of them. Client, let's just enter it, client. Client support messages daily. You can bring it up right here in your Google. Super, super simple once you've used it. And it's loading, and my computer's being really slow. Loading, loading, loading. Come on. You can do it. Okay, there they come up. Okay, so again, first message after they order. And another message in between, another couple message, send a few days after, ordering, arriving. And recognize if you miss one of these, they're going to miss huge piece. This one has the habits of health, and click on resources. This also has a transformation system from Dr. A. This one down here has the app. Oh my gosh, if you guys have not started using the new Optavia app, by the way, if you haven't heard, the HOH is going away if it hasn't already. This one has recipes. They can even one click and change it from 2 servings to 8 servings. And boom, it's got it. They can go, oh, I've got chicken. What do I want to do with it? Click on chicken. It'll create everything. It's absolutely incredible. But if you miss one of these, they miss so much. Remember, the more that they get these messages and integrate into these messages also, the less we have to coach them. Remember, we're the guide with all the tools. This is their coach. Dr. A is their coach in the life book. The Monday night webinars, they get coaches poured into them. The WIN Zooms, morning and night, Monday through Friday, 15 minutes. Top leaders pour into them so that we don't have the weight of making them integrate and become total clients. All we have to do is integrate in. Make sure to watch their videos. Make sure to get on the WIN Zoom. Make sure to get on the leadership or the Wednesday night webinar, all of that. Now recognize, again, they are changing these now. We have day 8, which is this support, which is the one that's like 9 minutes long for them to watch before they come to the Zoom. But then they also have this one where you can put your health evaluation in there, that job form, so that they have it. If a friend wants to look at what you're doing, they fill out this evaluation because you've given it to them. Now, the other one, go back to the 4. Remember the 4 steps to client integration? They have the challenge post text for day 8. I wish they would put this into the messages, but so excited to connect with you for a celebration tip call. As I shared when you began your program, my clients that are successful and have wins live their journey. So again, here it is. This is the day 8. This is, they will post before you even get them on that celebration call. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so again, these, they're updating them. They've got a new video in there, and I know there's another new video coming in. These are powerful. I highly recommend that you do these. Recognize that the week 2 celebration video, that video comes up, and it is about, you have completed week 2. I usually do, I call it 2C, 2 celebration, on a Monday, 2 reinforcement on Friday, 3C Monday, 3R on Friday. I just have that set on my calendar, and we could totally go into that too. If you want any information about setting things on your calendar so that you don't forget, I do all of that Sunday night. I get it as a rock in my calendar. That's what I do Sunday night. I spend half an hour making sure that it makes it easy to do things. Okay, I think those are all the incredible things that have been happening and changing, and that I want to make sure that you have seen and you understand. Again, I would love to have you watch this. Set an appointment on your calendar, on my calendar, and let's visit. This may be just what you do. I'd love that. I love those 4 where we start out and we're unaware. Pretty soon we're aware, but we're not doing it. Pretty soon we're aware and we're doing it. And then pretty soon we become consciously competent. And it's just what we do. So that's what we want it to, what we want coaching to become. All right. Anyways, thinking about you. Thank you. You're amazing and you're changing lives.